Now, it may be FA Cup semi-final weekend, but there's still plenty of Premier League action to look forward to on talkSPORT.
Mo Salah finally finds the back of the net, and you should see the smile and the relief on his face.
Willian, who skipped past 3 challenges, and he tucked it in at the near post.
Getting into the area, twisting, turning, shooting! 2-0!
And slams it in and finishes it. At half-time they were finished, but now Bournemouth are in front.
Mateta steps up right-footed and blasts it into the top right-hand corner. It's just incredible, isn't it? The Premier League does not let you down.
That's right, even though it is FA Cup semi-final weekend, there's plenty of Premier League action here on talkSPORT. With loads and loads of games, and we're going to go through them right now, starting with Fulham against Liverpool. That's taking place on Sunday at 4:30. Craven Cottage, Liverpool, they've had a bad week as well.
I mean, they've had a terrible time of it, haven't they? I really didn't expect it going this way. When Jurgen Klopp announced that he was leaving, I thought that they were going to use that as a catalyst.
We can't say, is this Mikel Arteta's worst week as Arsenal manager without saying the same about Klopp then?
No, I think it's one of... The reason why it's not his worst ever is because they've suffered some, they've nearly won a league and they've nearly won a European Cup. They've had some difficult
they got
times.
Absolutely dumped out of not the Champions League, the Europa League by Atlanta.
No, it's a bad week.
They lost to Palace 1-0, which has absolutely dented their title challenge.
Yes, I know. I think it's now got to the stage where it's just totally fizzled out. Like the razzmatazz of Liverpool. The threat that they used to have.
Yeah.
I feel like it's over. And I think if we were to try and pinpoint why, I think that Klopp has worked an amazing miracle on that midfield. Changing that midfield the way that he has. Reinventing a midfield in one summer is huge. There are loads of positives. The defence, I think, has been excellent at times this season. Kelleher hasn't let anybody down. It's all about Darwin Núñez. I just don't think Darwin Núñez is clinical enough to be the centre forward for Liverpool, if Liverpool to be the club that they want to be.
Not when you go from the Sane, Firmino and Salah era.
Yeah, elite. Like Sadio Mane, at various points in his Liverpool career, was easily, arguably, the best player in the world. He could quite easily have been the best left winger in the world.
So good, wasn't he?
Well, then do you remember when he was moved to a false 9?
Yeah.
And he suddenly became the best false 9 in the world. And then obviously Roberto Firmino, at what he did, very few in the world were comparable. Suddenly they've got Cody Gakpo, who isn't good enough, I don't think. They've got Darwin Núñez, who time and time again misses sitter after sitter. And people are very generous to him. They're very kind. But ultimately, with Darwin Núñez in your side, you're not going to score enough goals. You're going to miss too many chances. And you are going to struggle to get anywhere. I can see this one going wrong for them. Fulham away is a difficult game, We've already seen Liverpool. We've already seen Arsenal lose at Craven Cottage.
Spurs, 3-0.
There you go.
West Ham, 5-0.
It's not an easy place to go.
Way. I said when Spurs got absolutely battered there, and all my Spurs friends were like, I can't believe we lose to Fulham. I'm like, they're no.
Yeah, it's the only thing is as well, Fulham, since Fulham guaranteed survival, they've gone a little bit stale. Like, I think they've won one of their previous 4 Premier League games looking at this. They've won 1 in their last 4. So it isn't quite the fortress that it was, and it isn't quite the intimidating venue that it was, because they're safe. They have literally nothing to play for. They are the very definition of mid-table mediocrity now. So Liverpool should win, but I don't necessarily think they will.
For me, of course, we're looking at Paulinho when we look at Fulham, because there was talks of him going to Bayern Munich at the start of the season. He, again, being absolutely unbelievable for Fulham. Your old man, Willian, mate.
Does the business, doesn't he?
He really does. He's been a thorn in the side of Tottenham ever since he turned up to play for us once and ended up at Chelsea.
And they do not concede, Fulham. No. That's the other thing to acknowledge. They just don't concede goals at the rate, particularly at home. They're very miserly at the back. And it's going to be a very tricky game. It's going to be a very tricky game for Liverpool, because it's almost now, regardless of the opposition, are Liverpool burnt out? Are they fizzling out? Is their season coming to a close?
Well, the reverse fixture took 2 late goals, didn't it, from Endo and Trent to see Liverpool win 4-3 at Anfield. I think it's going to be a real tight affair. I don't think it's going to be a foregone conclusion that Liverpool get the win. I think, depending, like you say, knowing that they're safe, it's kind of, the energy's dipped a little bit. But I think they'll get up for this game. A big game against
Liverpool, yeah. And if one more slip from Liverpool in the league and the title race is officially over. Like, some people are saying that it's over anyway. But I think it's officially over with one more slip if the other two win.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.